specificity is that the extreme right was very quickly developing in Hungary. It was about 10 years this extreme right party, Jobbik, emerged. And it is really very important to see that the support for this party in 2009 at the European parliamentary election was about 15%. And this percentage in the 2014 European parliamentary election went up to 17%, almost 20%. And this party practically has changed a lot during these 10 years. At the beginning, they were openly anti-Roma and anti-Semitic, and building up close relations to the Arab states and with Russia. But now, these days, the party has changed their policy and softened the policy and the speech. And now they are trying to move into the middle of the political arena. At the same time, the now ruling party, Fidesz, has also changed strategy and their policy, taking over Jobbik, the extreme right party's policy, and taking over the main strategy of the anti-migrant policy and xenophobic attitude. So this is very important to see that now, according to my opinion, not the extreme right party Jobbik means the biggest how would I say, danger for Hungary, but Orban, the leader of Fidesz party. So what we can do and what can the European community, European progressive forces can do? Of course, such international gatherings and joining forces, this is one of the most important things, to exchange ideas, to exchange how we can join our forces. This is a very important thing, because knowing and having the information by hand and face by face from the different those forces who are against this discrimination of people and xenophobia and anti-immigrant policies is very important. This is one. The second thing is that inside the country, inside the different socialist countries, there are also some organizations which are trying to join forces on a regional level. One of them is the Prague Spring 2 network, which came out of the European Social Forum. In 2009, we have organized a so-called Central Eastern European resistance against this far right, the rising far right. And this is another network which is working, and we are meeting from time to time. We use up the World Social Forum for organizing workshops and meetings. Then there is another network which is Attact Summit, which is a trade union-based, European-wide movement. Inside this Attact Summit, we organized an anti-fascist meeting in Budapest, and we still have to continue these discussions and forming an alliance. What other things can be done? It is very difficult to say in Central Eastern Europe, because the political forces now are going to the right direction, and there are very few leftist parties now. as you can imagine now in Hungary, the opposition is weaker than all the other big parties. For instance, Jobbik is the second biggest party after Fidesz, which is now the ruling party. And the socialists are also divided. So from the political side, we cannot get enough support. Another problem is the trade union, the trade unions which are very weak and also divided by the political lines. We have right-wing trade union federation and we have left-wing trade union federations. But the unionization of the workers in Hungary are very low. Officially they say 10%, but in practice it is less than that. So from the trade unions it's also very difficult to get support because some of them are leftist. And from other forces of the civil society, I can mention of course MIXOL, which is the Migrant Solidarity, which were very, very brave and did a lot when the migrants came to Hungary more than a year ago, and they helped the migrants with food and with all medical support. So these forces existing but not concentrated. I think for our task for the future must be to collect these forces and try to do something together. I think this is we have to do, and we have to rely on the European support.